In many of my videos, I mentioned that although Patriarch Kirill wholeheartedly supports the Putin's war in Ukraine, his public sermons and speeches testify to the limited power of the Church in Russia. The Russian Orthodox Church is mostly regarded by the state power as a kind of a department for family values and religious affairs, and when it comes to the foreign policy, the Church has absolutely no say in it. However, to show his loyalty, the Patriarch regularly refers to the events in the context of brotherly nations, evil forces that strive for separation, and common historical roots. What has he actually said since the start of the war? Let's look more closely. All of the public speeches, sermons and addresses of the Patriarch are published on the official website of the Patriarchate, and some are even translated into other languages. On the 24th of February 2022, the day of the Russian invasion into Ukraine, Patriarch issued an urgent address to the clergy and the whole Church. In this address, he talked about the great disaster that came to Ukraine, people in need for urgent help, and called for peace. He also mentioned that Russia and Ukraine have a common history, tracing back to the Christianization of Rus by Prince Vladimir the Great. Like this: no blaming, no political analysis, no rights or wrongs, just Christian benevolence and a call for peace. My understanding is that the Patriarch learned about the Russian invasion just like anybody else, on the day when it happened. Nobody informed him in advance, nobody briefed him on the situation, and Putin definitely has never asked for his advice on the matter. 3 days later, during a sermon, Kirill returned to the topic. This time he emphasized his concerns about the Orthodox Church in Ukraine, obviously the one that belongs to the Moscow Patriarchate, the only one he recognizes. He also mentioned some dark and evil external forces that attempt to destroy the unity between two brotherly nations. In this sermon, he tried to form his own agenda. Although loyalist, he at least had his own interests and narratives. The Ukrainian Orthodox Church of the Moscow Patriarchate, and there are several competing Orthodox churches there, and Christianization of Rus in the year 988 as the basis for unity between Russia and Ukraine. Soon after, however, the Patriarch abandoned his own potential interests other than loyally supporting the state propaganda. Naturally, he employs the spheres that are assigned to the Church by the state power: religion and family values. He supports the official patriotic narrative with two basic ideas: common historical roots of Russia and Ukraine, and Russian Orthodox values versus Western evil sinfulness. This culminated in the sermon on the 6th of March. Echoing the official narrative of the oppression of the Donbas region by Ukrainian power, he said the following: "In Donbas, there is a rejection of the so-called values offered by those who claim the world power. There is this test of loyalty to this power, a sort of entry permit into this glorious world of excessive consumption and visible freedom. Do you know what this test is? It is a very simple and at the same time horrible test. It's a gay pride parade." One of the recent sermons of the Patriarch supports the so-called partial mobilization in Russia with a heroic narrative. If someone dies in the line of his military duty, without a doubt he does something equal to a sacrifice. He sacrifices himself for others, and we believe that this sacrifice washes off all his sins that he has committed. Please like the video, leave a comment and subscribe to the channel. I see you all next time.